So let's examine some basic metabolic functions that happen as a result of a high protein, high fat, low carbohydrate diet. So, first of all, your hunger hormones change significantly. So, when you eat a high carbohydrate diet, number one, in order to reach adequate energy and caloric intake, you must eat a whole lot of food. Okay? To get the same amount of calories from rice compared to red meat, I mean, you have to eat pounds and pounds and pounds of rice or cups and cups of rice. Compare that to the volume of food from, red meat. There's a reason why most people are extremely satiated and only need to eat one meal a day when they eat animal protein compared to, a diet based on grains. Number one, glucagon, better yet, ghrelin and leptin, your hunger hormones, are extremely dysregulated on a high carbohydrate diet. High carbohydrate diets make you crave more carbs and more food. Not only that, but they spike insulin and they spike blood sugar. And when your body's running on glucose and carbohydrates, that fuel source is finite. You burn the blood glucose and the liver glycogen and then the muscle glycogen, and you feel like shit after 2 or 3 hours of eating carbohydrates. You need to continuously fuel your body with carbohydrates because it is an exogenous fuel source. Okay. Now, fat, on the other hand, when your body's burning ketones and it's turning your body fat into energy, it's an infinite source of energy until you lose body fat. And most people have thousands and thousands of calories worth of body fat stored. And so you can go days and days without eating and not feel too bad if you're in ketosis. People who do intermittent fasting, they find it's much easier to go long periods without eating when they're on a ketogenic diet, when their body's actually fat adapted and burning ketones for energy. And conversely, they feel much better because your body is burning calories. It's burning your body fat, and it's adapted to using body fat. It's not looking for glucose and then freaking out when it doesn't find it. So your body is actually, conversely to what most people say, it's in a constantly fed state. For me personally, being on a ketogenic diet, after 1 month, I'm able to exercise vigorously, hardcore weight training. After fasting for 12 hours, I vigorously weight train, and I don't feel hungry. I don't feel that crash afterwards. By the way, I do powerlifting and mixed martial arts, so it's vigorous training. And I don't feel hungry, and I don't feel that crash. But I used to always feel horrible when I was eating carbohydrates. After my training sessions, I had to go to a buffet. I had to slam down 3,000 to 4,000 calories, and I still felt like crap. But I notice now I don't even need to eat 3,000 calories a day. Somehow my strength keeps improving every single workout, every single week. I can gain 5 to 10 pounds on my lifts at least every 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, and I'm not even eating carbohydrates. Anyway, it's a much more efficient way of living, because you're not a slave to these foods that these massive food corporations want you to eat on a daily basis. There's a reason why the government tells you eat breakfast, most important meal of the day. Eat cereal because it has vitamins and minerals and whole grains. Eat every 2 to 3 hours. Eat regular meals to control your blood glucose. Dude, if you're in a ketogenic state and you're not burning carbohydrates, you don't need to follow that bullshit. You can eat 1 meal a day like humans have done for thousands and thousands of years, based on animal protein, like humans have done for thousands and thousands of years. Unless you're the ancient Egyptians who were riddled with diseases, and being overweight was common on this grain-based society. The artwork is not an accurate representation. You guys need to look up the carbon isotope test on these people. Anyway, you can go longer periods of time without eating. You feel satiated from less food. You can eat 1 meal a day and feel pretty damn good. 2 meals a day, and there's no way in hell you're gonna eat any more than that. There's a reason why bulletproof coffee is so popular. People are like, oh, but the calories. It's 500 calories. You're an idiot for drinking bulletproof coffee. Yeah, but if you tried 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, not MCT oil, but coconut oil, and 2 tablespoons of butter, please, I, somebody who burns a shit ton of calories every day, my Fitbit tells me 3,500 calories a day. I'm not hungry for 6 hours after drinking bulletproof coffee. It's insane. Sure, it's 400 to 500 calories, but that shit goes a long way. Not to mention, it doesn't spike my insulin, doesn't fuck with my hunger hormones. In fact, it makes my hunger hormones more balanced. So for somebody who's trying to eat less calories, bulletproof coffee is great because it keeps you satiated much longer than if you were to eat 500 calories worth of cereal and milk. So yeah, diabetes. There's people who think, oh, it's red meat. The fat clogs the insulin receptors. The fat clogs your cells so that insulin can't get into cells. That is complete nonsense, and it's hilarious that people believe that shit. The human body does not work that way. Fat does not clog cells. Fat actually, it gets broken down into smaller molecules and gets absorbed and gets utilized effectively by mitochondria and cells. It's not oil that just seeps into your cells and clogs it like a clogged engine or something. That's not how it works. It gets digested, metabolized, and broken down to smaller molecules. You believe that, you're crazy. Diabetes is just what it seems like. It's pretty obvious. High carbohydrates, high sugar fucking causes diabetes. It's crazy that people don't believe this. Everyone I know that has had heart disease and diabetes, the two main foods they eat, margarine and vegetable oils, and sugar and refined grains. Dr. Jason Fung has proven time and time again, when you remove carbohydrates, you eat a low-carb diet, especially combined with intermittent fasting, which is what I'm talking about here, which is much easier when you're on a ketogenic diet, you reverse diabetes. And it's been natural. Our human biology has been doing this for thousands and thousands of years. People are saying, oh, it's just treating diabetes, not curing it. You have a fasting deficiency. You have an exercise deficiency. It's an essential nutrient. So to say, oh, you're just treating it. No, the reason why exercise and fasting and low-carb diets reverse diabetes, it regulates your hunger hormones, and it makes it virtually impossible to be obese and fat and sick, is because that is the natural human metabolism. That's the way we are meant to be. Okay? It's a deficiency. There's a deficiency in fasting, a deficiency in exercise, and a deficiency in high-protein diets, and an overabundance of high-carb foods. Okay? A little bit of fruit here and there, berries, and some tropical fruits. There were high sugar fruits in Paleolithic times, that's true, but not enough for a whole society to be eating shit tons of carbs all the time. Even gorillas, herbivorous animals, they have heart failure, diabetes, and obesity when they eat these high sugar fruits and starches on a regular basis. Okay, that kept in captivity, these gorillas, if you look it up, these zoos, their gorillas were dying of diseases of modern society. Even though they're herbivores, they can't survive on this diet. Even cows, they get sick, fat, and inflamed and need antibiotics and treatments when they eat these grains and things. Not even herbivorous animals can eat these foods. Okay? So to think that humans can for some reason and not be sick, you're just fooling yourself. So, yeah. Leave your questions, comments down below, and I'll talk to y'all next time.